We've got the famous Greg here, Greg Orham. I think, how far are you? Where are you in Texas, Greg?
I'm in New Jersey, Tristan,
Shit.
the beautiful
I got it all
garden
wrong.
state.
Well,
of New
different
Jersey.
state. Where are you in Germany, Greg? Tell me that.
I mean, FSB, but I mean.
Where are you in Jersey?
So I'm in Monmouth County, New Jersey.
All right.
Nick.
I'm from Montclair.
Oh, I'm in Homedale, New Jersey.
Yeah, I know Homedale.
PNC Art Center. That's where I'm at.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. I used to go there a lot for concerts.
Nick, didn't you have a team in New Jersey as well? You had two teams.
I had a team, yeah, but that was many, many, many years ago. But.
That was in the 1900s, Jason.
Yeah, that was in the 1990s. No.
Hey, wait till your kids go, hey, Dad, what was it like living in the 1900s? You're like, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, yeah, they do that already.
It's terrible.
The other day I was playing the Goo Goo Dolls for my 14-year-old, and he asked me if it was classic rock.
I think it technically is, Nick.
I know. It made me feel super old, dude. It made me feel super old.
It really is. All right. We've got Greg here. We already have somebody who knows you, Greg. Carol Mazzola.
Oh, hey, Carol.
Here.
It's so great to see you writing.
And apparently Christoph knows you too, buddy.
Oh, hey, Christoph. Hope all's well.
I love that. So you've already got some fans, Greg. We're a fan. We're going to talk about how you can power up and make more money just using your database. I think you guys are going to love this one. I've talked to Greg 3 times before in the last year or so, and every time we talk, people jump in and they want to understand how this all works. So before I even go there, Greg, can you give us a rundown of who you are and what you do? What makes you different?
Well, so my name is Greg Wareham. I'm in the banking industry, mortgage industry specifically for 1997. So the mileage is definitely acting up. I'm the national program manager for the Federal Savings Bank. And when I look at, I was just listening to what they were talking about with Lofty, and they're talking about ecosystem, right? And how do you stay in front of that ecosystem? As I'm thinking through that, and what I was going to talk a little bit about today, I'm like, okay, we got the ecosystem. Here's how we're going to communicate with them, make them a customer for life. Well, now that we have them, how do we drive additional revenue streams from the ecosystem? Yeah. And specifically on the mortgage side of the business, because when you look outside of real estate, the second most profitable product generally in a real estate transaction is the mortgage side of it. And when I look at what we've been able to create at the Federal Savings Bank, I truly believe that it is the perfect bolt-on mortgage revenue opportunity for a real estate agent to earn income from the mortgage side of the business.
Well, Greg, on that really quick, when we're looking at, let's say, teaming up with you, how much more, this was the surprise for me. So it's a question that I already know the answer to, but how much more on average is an agent making when they work with you a year?
So for every mortgage transaction, you're earning about 0.5%. So that's good per deal. So to quantify that, generally going to earn anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 per $1 million in mortgage closings. And it varies a little bit depending on the product type, but that's a good average as to where you'd be.
That's pretty good. So average house in the U.S., average sales, like, let's just call it 400,000, right? It's around there. So we're looking at 5,000. We're looking at about, let's say, $2,000, $2,200 per transaction on that. That's pretty good, man. If we're doing 6, that's exceptionally good. I can pay for marketing. I can pay for CRM plus a lot of other things.
Yeah, and you know what, Tristan, and we've talked about it before. It's great. I made $2,500, let's say $2,000 on a mortgage. Fantastic. It's not about, hey, I got $2,000. Am I going to partially fund a vacation or pay a debt? It's really, what can I do with that money to leverage my real estate business? I mean, if your lead acquisition costs $100 per lead and you earn $2,000 on the mortgage side of it, it's 20 leads. Average of the 20 leads, you're going to convert at least 2 of them. $600,000 price point. that's 1.2 million. You're never going to earn less than 2% on the deal. It's 24,000 back in your core business. Plus those two people can be mortgage customers.
Well, here's where you opened my eyes to this more, which was I have conversations with our database often, and they want to, when rates drop, they often want to refi, right? And then I have to send those out to whoever I have a partnership with or friends with, or who does a great job, right? And so the big aha for me was, oh, I can get paid for the refis that I do, right? Because now we're part of this process, and there are no legal challenges with it that I may get in trouble because I referred somebody in the future. So I love that piece. Can you expand on that?
Sure. I mean, when you look at the refinance opportunity, Tristan, it's this market. So I've been through about, 5 refinance booms in the past 30 years. This one that's going to be coming up when rates drop, it has a different feel to it. Most people across the country, your average rate over the course of the past 3 years is 7.125%. They think they paid too much for the house. They think that their interest rate's way too high, and they're paying too much money for coffee at Costco. So when they have the chance to refinance, they're going to. The question just becomes, who are they going to call? And statistically, they're going to call 1 or 2 people 85% of the time. The mortgage person you originally referred it to, or the loan servicer, the people they're making their payments to every month. They're generally not going to call as the agent. And this really creates a unique opportunity to have that dialogue with the customer. Hey, how you doing, Joe and Sally? How's the house? How's the kids? How's the dog? You looking to buy or sell? You know anyone looking to buy or sell? Hey, do you refinance your mortgage? Because interest rates have dropped, you may be able to save several hundred per month. The nice thing about, and then you'd refer it to the senior banker that you're partnered with. The beautiful thing about the refinance business is, one, it's recession proof, because when you hit the recession, people stop buying houses at as high of a clip. Well, the Fed reduces interest rates, stimulating the refinance opportunity. And it's transactional in a good way, where you're not dealing with contingency dates and closing dates. You don't have any of that. Hey, the loan saves you this amount of money. Here's the cost to do it that you're financing in. Does the loan make sense for you? Joe and Sally. Yes? Okay. Let's get your rate locked in. We'll close you in 30 to 45 days. And it's a great experience for everyone. It puts our books of business in a better situation longer term.
I like that. So, Jason, how many things would you build? What AI would you get if you could just make more money on
I would buy more Codex tokens right now because I'm out and I'm too cheap to buy more. So to keep building more websites. So
well, you were a lender. You were in the mortgage world. What do you think of this?
No, actually, for me, I have actually thought about this a lot of many times, right? Because we do a high amount of transactions. We do specialize in land, but on the listing side, it's like, how can I re-engage with those that you were on the buy side, right? We have all their information, all the data, and we've thought about teaming up with mortgage because it just makes sense. We already have a relationship. We already know the property typically, listing or buying. And it just makes sense. It's an action, and it's not even just the, Tristan, we're teasing about the AI side. Yeah. Think about that extra $2,000-$3,000 you can put back into marketing.
Dude, I'm already thinking of the tokens. That's the first place I went.
Oh, well, there's that too. But outside of us nerds that talk about tokens or tokenization, I always look at something as how would it benefit me? Yes, it's extra money in the pocket, but how can I take that extra amount and put it back in the business to build the business for longevity and long term? Yeah. I mean,
that's true. That's true. I like that. I'm going to come in and answer a couple of questions, or go to you, Greg, with them.
Sure.
But first, I misread Bruno's question in my head. And he says, I don't see rates dropping, but I read, I don't see rats dropping. I'm like, why are we talking about rats? I go, sorry, Bruno.
There might be a couple in New Jersey and New York.
So inside, I was laughing a lot, Bruno. But Greg, I don't see rates dropping in the next 2 years. I mean, he may be right. So how do we help our clients in that case, right?
A lot of people, and I would agree with that. There's no projection that rates are going to drop anytime soon. It's fickle with the war going on. The market's super emotional and volatile. But even if they stay the same, a lot of people that do have low interest rates right now. They're not going to refinance a 3% mortgage, but they have historically high equity in the property. And they could do a home equity line that our real estate agent partners can get compensated on as well to tap into that equity.
Mm-hmm.
So now, all right, you need to tap into $100,000 in equity. It's never going to make sense to refinance, but what do you need the money for? You buy another house. Does it help you consolidate that? And kind of that whole process.
That's
There's always
true.
an option.
All right, I like it. And then this is a very powerful question. Well, not the rates one, sorry. That's the rats one, Bruno. Dean, what about RESPA? Everyone's thinking about this. What about RESPA? I don't want to get into problems. How the hell are you doing this legally, Greg?
So I have to take a minute to answer this one. So when you look at the Federal Savings Bank, we are a federally chartered bank. So we're governed by the OCC. We don't fall to state regulation. And I'll give you a great example. So when you look at federally chartered banks, it's the Wells Fargo, the Chase, the Citibanks of the world. We're in that same category for Fed charter. We're nowhere near the scope and the size of those. So when you work as a part-time employee at a federally chartered bank, there's no need for licensing. Because those Wells people, those Chase people, they've never had to take a 20-hour course or sit through a test on the mortgage side. You're just not required to. So for us, the way that we had done it, being governed by the OCC, is we got this really great idea when the law changed in 2022 as to how do we put our real estate agents in a position to earn revenue. I put together the proposal for the OCC, submitted it to the OCC, they approved it, and we were ready to go. So how you get around RESPA on it, there's no getting around RESPA. It's about hiring compliantly, and it's about making the RESPA steps as simple as possible for the real estate agent that we're partnered with.
Got it. And really quick, where would people go to find out more about this one?
I would really encourage you. I can put a link in the chat or send
go ahead and put up a link there, because a lot of people could make extra money on this one, especially where inventory is growing. It's getting harder to sell in some areas, right? And just we thought that this year as an industry, we would see a lot more sales than there are now, right? And we're not seeing that increase that we thought would happen. So there's a QR code. You could definitely add some revenue to your bottom line if you are helping out some clients. So I love that, Greg. Anything else you're missing here when it comes to how we should work with you? Because the mystery is always like, well, what do we do? Do we have to fill out all this paperwork? Do we have to submit a license? Do we have to take a test? What is this?
So here's how everything works. So what we agreed to with the OCC is when we hire a real estate agent, we hire them as a part-time employee of the bank. And as a part-time employee of the bank, you have to attend a 3-hour online bank facilitated course. Once you get out of that course, we load 3 applications on your phone. Outlook for email, something that's called the Blend application, which is a point-of-sale software for the consumer, and something called Encompass Web, which is really the software used for fulfillment and processing. When you have a customer that's looking to purchase a home anywhere in the country, you're nationally licensed at a federally chartered bank, what we found to be best practice is you introduce the customer to the senior banker that you're partnered with, as an example. So, all right, Joe and Sally, so next step of the process, you need to get pre-approved for the mortgage. I'm going to shoot a text message over to you and to my partner, Greg, at the Federal Savings Bank, who's going to answer any type of mortgage questions for you. So what we do on our end, we get the text message, the senior banker is going to call, and we're going to do a high-level review of what they're trying to accomplish, purchase price, down payment, and so forth. At the end of that conversation, we're going to tell the customer, Joe and Sally, I'm going to reply to the text chain, and I'm going to have Tristan send you over the application link. Now, we'll create a unique application link for any of our real estate agents that are part-time employees of the bank. All you need to do is copy and paste that link directly to that chain. Customer is going to complete the application. Once they hit submit, everything merges into our database. We do the pre-approval. Now, that whole thing that I just said, that's a compliance step. And it's that you made the constructive referral. You sent your link to the consumer and they completed it. As far as the mortgage person is concerned that's handling it, we've already identified that senior banker as the go-to from the mortgage side of it. So we shoot, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, I can't hear you, Tristan. I'm sorry.
You're answering the questions that we're getting, which is mainly how easy is this? Is this a complicated process? How soon can we start? How fast is this process?
So it usually takes about 3 weeks from the time we have someone complete an application to us having you enrolled in the training class.
Got it. And can we
got
send
this
you,
pretty seamless now? Yes.
Greg, let's say we send you somebody today and then we start the process. Can we still get paid on it 4 weeks when we're done?
It's a great question.
That was not my question.
That's a great question. All right. So here's how it works. So we could do the pre-approval for the customer while they're shopping for a home. But the moment we turn that transaction live with the application date, the only way you can get compensated on it is if you've already been through our training class.
Got it.
Like I can't retroactively add you to something that would be out of compliance.
Greg, I take gift cards for Toys R Us too. Does that count?
He does like Legos. I'm just saying.
I do love Legos.
He uses Legos to talk into usually as a microphone.
I got to tell you, the store down in Orlando is the best.
The what?
There's a store down in Orlando. It's the best Lego store in the country.
I love that. And you know what? Jennifer's asking a really good question. Why not just get a full LMO license and make more than whatever?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you can do that. So you can take the 20-hour state and federal course and you can study the 20 hours for the test and pass it. And then you can really go work for any mortgage company that you want. Here's the big difference. It's the commitment to what you want to do. So if you're in our dual employed banker program, your average time that you're going to need to complete the compliance on your phone, sign documents and make the referral. I did a sample size of 100 transactions. It's going to take you about 13 minutes. And for that, you're going to earn a healthy amount of income. Perfect part-time gig. The moment you become a full-time loan officer, well, now you got to do all the work, right? Now it's you're collecting the documents and you're doing all that portion of the loan.
That's pretty good though, man. That's like less than part-time. Are you kidding me? That's like,
we've really made it, you know, we had that compliance question earlier, guys, and we've made it as streamlined as we possibly can. So going back to the RESPA question. So what we've done is on your phone, one of the apps that we downloaded on your phone, when the deal goes under contract, you're going to get a phone call from the senior banker and their team saying, hey, Tristan, I need you to log into the Encompass application on your phone. And you'll open it up, click on Joe and Sally's name, click on dual employed banker mobile. And what happens is the one-page RESPA document comes right up on your phone. And I'll give you an example of the 6 steps that you need to complete that we agreed to with the OCC. One of the steps is you need to facilitate the ordering of the appraisal. All right. Step 1 on your phone, big blue button that says order the appraisal. You click it, it timestamps it, goes to our appraisal department, who's going to call the appraisal management company, who's calling the listing or the buying agent. It's business as usual.
Got it.
Another example is you need to facilitate the ordering of the flood certificate required on every property. All right. Step 2, order flood. Big blue button. Click it. It timestamps. It goes over to the flood team. There's 2 really important parts about that. All 6 steps of RESPA are handled the exact same way. They're all acknowledge buttons on your phone. But it's that time stamping that keeps the program compliant. As a bank, you get audited twice a year. And we got audited specifically for this program. And we had 0 findings from the OCC. Because when they ask us, well, why did you pay Tristan on the transaction? Because he completed all 6 steps of RESPA that we've already negotiated with you. Oh, okay, great. That's what we're waiting for. Outside of that, it's electronically signing the documents. And you get another phone call from the team to e-sign the documents. And that's pretty much your role in the transaction. It's funny. It takes longer to log into the application on your phone than it does to complete the steps. I mean, how long does it take to click 6 buttons? But the reason for that is there's a VPN built. Good point, Jason. Sometimes it's a little longer than others. But the reality is there's a VPN.
Greg, someone had asked us earlier, and so someone like myself, for example, I still have my NMLS number, right? Obviously, it's inactive. For those of that, for maybe have an inactive license or do have an active MLO license, how quickly is the process on y'all's end? So they've already obviously gone through the background checks and everything.
Yeah, it depends how long ago that was completed, Jason. So the fingerprints are only valid for a certain period of time. Right. But if they're fresh on record when we pull it up, it's a much easier, much faster process.
Well, I haven't been in trouble lately, so there shouldn't be any on file anywhere.
So we just transfer the NMLS number over.
Okay, perfect. I think someone had actually asked that. A couple of people had asked that, so I thought I'd, hopefully that answers some of their questions. So.
That's a good question. Yeah, here's a couple more, and then I think we've got most of those answered. The one that was being asked is, do you work with any brokerage? So any brokerage, and are you in every state?
So we are licensed in all 50 states. And if you're working with us as the part-time loan officer, you're going to be licensed in all 50 states as well. You got someone moving to Florida and you live in California, no problem. I'm going to refer you over to an agent in Florida. You're going to receive your 25%. Let me introduce you to Greg or the senior banker who's going to do the mortgage pre-approval. And that deal always sticks with you. It doesn't matter what agent they work with. You're in the lane of loan officer in that scenario, and you always get compensated on it.
Perfect, Greg. All right, everyone, please scan that QR code if you are interested, just to find out more information. Thank you, Greg, for doing this. From New Jersey, not from Germany. Okay. You guys got it all wrong. Terrible. Greg, thanks for being on, man. I appreciate you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, everybody. Appreciate you.
Thanks.